We are in an election year, and past performance is not an indicator of future performance. But in this video, I'm just going to go over some points that we might be in store for in this upcoming year. The S&P index has been in place since 1928. And since then, the rate of return on election years when a Republican was elected was 15.3%. When a Democrat was elected is 7.6%. An average rate of return of 11.28% over all election years. Looking back to the past 23 election years, the S&P 500 index has had a positive performance in 19 of 23. That's 83%. And two of the years that the S&P index was down in the 1940s during World War II and 2008 financial crisis. So right now, I'm going to go on to explore with you the potential impact of a 2024 Trump win and how that can impact the stock market. Before we go any further, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. So this is what we're looking like. The former president has gotten 47.3% of the vote, according to Real Clear polling. And Wall Street is starting to envision the effects on the stock market if the Trump administration is in place again. Before I get into the impact that it could have on certain groups of stocks, let me share some recent news that's happened over the last week that is also impacting the stock market in addition to news catalysts tied to these particular companies. The Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, pulled out of the race and has decided to back Trump going forward. And Trump won the New Hampshire primary over Nikki Haley. So now, looking at the different groups of stocks that I want to highlight to be on our radar, I'm going to start with Trump-linked equities, something I touched on just a few days ago. In this area, we have Rumble and Digital World Acquisition. On January 22nd, they made an announcement that they were partnering with the media firm Barstool. And then the next day, they had another big announcement that they were announcing a new live stream video product that will allow users to easily stream on multiple platforms, invite users, and improve engagement with their audience. Digital World Acquisition Corp, DWAC, stock price also seemed to make big moves related to the political news that I shared about Trump's advancing in the polls. So this company, DWAC, is looking to bring Trump's media and technology company, including the Truth Social media platform, public. Let's take a look at how those stock prices moved during this past week. Rumble on the 5-day chart, they've moved up 50.25%. This is DWAC. Over the past month, we see price points of $17.50 up to $50.75. So that was just a little bit of information on some obscure stocks that are tied to Trump's candidacy in the way that they are currently moving. So now to the top of the list here. If Trump was to take office again, defense spending is expecting to soar. Analysts are predicting that there could be a focus on naval and submarine buildups due to tensions between the US and China. So this would lead to good news for some of the companies listed here, like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics. So this is an area to keep your eye on. And for me personally, these are not long-term investment stocks. These would most likely be trades when it comes to my portfolio. When it comes to energy, it's predicted that energy production could surge based on Trump's potential regulatory easing. With Trump in office, there could be a boost to U.S. crude oil production. Energy stocks like ExxonMobil or Energy Transfer could be impacted. And side note, ExxonMobil's earnings are Friday, February 2nd, so be on the lookout to see which direction that stock moves. Okay, so now on to financials, the banking system. This is an area that Biden has had strict regulations, but under Trump's administration, it's expected that he would lean towards deregulation. So this would lead to more lending power for banks like the ones listed here, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs. and PNC Financial. Trump's potential push to ease regulations could boost banking stocks. So now, small companies' stocks could be impacted by Trump's decision on how we trade with other countries. Basically, putting a fee on imported goods could actually make small companies' stock price go up. So, keeping an eye on the Russell 2000 index could show us how small companies are doing if there are changes to the trade policies. So before we wrap up, just sharing VOO as an indicator of how the S&P 500 is doing year to date. It's up 3.28% so far. But as I said, during election years, a positive performance is the historical norm. So as the political outlook of this year continues to unravel, I just wanted to highlight these sectors and a few stocks for you to keep an eye on. I invest heavily into index funds, so the S&P 500 as a whole, I'm getting my exposure there through VOO and FXAIX, and I'm okay with that. But I may want to explore some trading opportunities related to stocks that are moving in the ways like I was showing you with Rumble and DWAC. With trading, it takes research and responsibility in order to mitigate your risk. I am definitely going to be doing it mindful. I'm not in this to lose money. I am in this to make money. So I'm going to be using my stop loss, being reasonable in my expectations, and trying to do my best to mitigate any risk or loss that can occur when it comes to trading. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you anticipate a strong 2024? Will you be doing anything differently in your investing strategy during an election year like this? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Okay, bye.